Well, greetings everyone, all fellow cats. It's Catfish Tyler, and I am here today to share some information about what's going on with this great stock SOFI and a great company they are indeed. So let's make sure we're up and running here before we go any further. Hold on, make sure we're doing things correctly and that we have this streaming up and running. Let's make sure that it's very important. So we're going to kick on here and we're going to hit done. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it does appear we are up and live. So, hello, fellow cats, and thank you for being here at the bottom. So, as it says right there, bottoms up. So, what's up or down with it? You know, with SOFI today, we're going to find out what, when, how, why. And thank you for being here with, me, King Cat. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to present to you the one and only bottom feeding king of the sea, Catfish Tyler, and I am out of here. So bye bye, everyone. And now we jump over here to the main page. And hello, everybody. Welcome, greetings. Thank you for being here. We have some new innovative stuff going on. I had told you yesterday, and in case you're let's just wait a little bit while we won't make the announcements until we have some more cats with us here, because got some changes today that will be making this much nicer for all of us, the experience. And that is like I said, we'll hold it for later. It'll be suspenseful. All right. So we're going to move this display capture, which it is right up under me, but for a minute we're just going to show you all my headlines. Testing 1 2 3. Do you read me over? That was because yesterday I was trying to figure out what I was doing and looking for some help from fellow cats on how to get what I needed to get done, and we got it done. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate it very much. What I'm going to do now is go over to my other screen, click on this, go to YouTube, your channel, and then I should be able to, once it does that, it's loading right now. Just give me a second, please, and we'll see how we get this fired up, where I can see your chat. So we go over here to videos, and it says live. Boom, I'm going to click on that. And we're going to see the chat over here, right here next to me. I can actually see myself. And let's see, testing 1 2 3. We're going to take that off. Goodness gracious, let's go to headline. There we go. And greetings. Then we're going to change it right here. Greetings, fellow cats. And there we go. Got it in there. And we post it right there. Boop. Greetings, fellow cats. There we go. And hey, wow. Some things moving around price-wise. They sure are coming after trying to make $9 some miracle number for them, but doesn't seem to be scaring too many people away from the stock, unfortunately, today. There's just more and more that are coming in. I'm going to move this now, display capture, right up underneath me here, and that should be about the right size. And I can see when people are here and chatting with me today. So guess what time it is when you see me up? It's bottom feeding time, right? Yes, we're at the bottom, I do believe, here for sure. So that's why I'm popping on right now, and I thank you for being here with me, everyone, because what I want to show you, just a few things that might enlighten you a little bit today. And so let's just get right on it, and thank you for being here so we can all cash in, make some money, and by the end of the day, we'll all cash some money out and say, that was easy. That's right. And it might not be by the end of the day. It might be more like by the end of the week or by the end of the month. But we're going to hit a day when this thing doesn't descend 2% or 1% or even 4%. We're going to hit a day and see the number. We all know these numbers that they want to attain, and this is one of them. This is one of their favorites, and I've mentioned it before. We may see them take it down to 888, but as far as I'm concerned, 888 will be the bottom, and if they can get it to 884, they will try that number too. But I'm just right here now. I see what's going on here, and every time I see a 20 or 30 minute sideways, when you're not seeing a movement off of their favorite number, well, folks, that's their number for some reason to get to and attain and try it. Well, I'll show you why. It's not for some reason. It's all historical data. You can see where the low was yesterday right there, right? So, but remember, usually what we're seeing when they're heavy at it is about a 40-cent swing, 40 to 50 cents. So this is where we'll be looking to see it be. And you can see where it opened at 927 minus 889, right? See if I can get my calculator back up over here with me. 927, 889. And here we go. 9.27 minus 8.89 equals, all right, here we are. 38 cents is where we are right now. 38 cent swing to the downside. And they're showing 42. It's okay. But anyway, what I want you to be aware of is I think we're at the bottom. And that's why Catfish is up and running right now. I hope you can hear my live stream. And if you can hear it well, the volume's all correct, please let me know. I'd appreciate it. We have 7 folks right now on board. And if you want to leave something here in the chat today with my dual monitors, that's right, we got dual monitors. We got me looking over here at what you might be saying. And that way I won't have to be changing the screen around. But what we got to go on here is news, none. You see, SOFI's growth is slowing down. Here's why you should buy it anyway. Well, Motley Fool, they put it like it is. and their growth is slowing down. Well, shouldn't it a little bit? I mean, good God, they've been growing and growing. And here's the word, the key word for everyone, right? It's growth. See, they should also have a headline that says, it should say this, SOFI's growth is slowing down. Big banks' decrease is accelerating. Okay? That's what I think it should say, right? For sure. Absolutely, it should say that. And folks, we are definitely at the bottom of that 888. So I'm encouraging you to pick some up right here. And it's time for me to do that. So I'm going to, because I have to make some money. And I know 888's it. I know they were there and did it, and yippee for them. And go give them the award. Award today is got it to a number everybody has seen, recognizes, and Catfish Tyler's buddies and fans and everybody coming along over here are going to be making money off this price that we're buying it at right here and now. But folks, listen, like I said, when we're bottom feeding, when we're at the bottom or the presumed bottom, because there can always be what I call double daggers, okay? And when you get the double dips, and that usually is what I call the double bottom, right? And even sometimes when they're really after it and they really want to be deceptive and try to break morale, they'll do a triple bottom, okay? Triple dip, all right? And then that is when I'm going to be suggesting we go in heavy. Not heavy here. We're only buying 10 shares at a time, for me anyway. I buy 10 or 20 at a time, 80, 160, something like that. Nothing heavy. No, not going overboard. No need to do that. It's not necessary. It isn't. It just isn't necessary. Not when you're not being charged to do transactions. Right? That's my opinion. Who we got over here? Anybody? I'm looking over here. It says, hi, chat. I'm not seeing anybody saying anything yet about what I'm saying, so that's cool, though. Good to observe and you don't need to talk. And we're going to get this done here. And we're definitely going to get some, but who knows where we're going to get it with the password requirements that we're required to pass. And here we go now. All right, so we're definitely going to be in here, and we're going to make some moolah. That's what we're here to do. You can already see it starting to make its move now. And again, I'm not going to get totally over my head here. Okay, enter. All right, here we go. Let's get some. Let's pick some up here. Didn't get the very bottom, but then again, I've already bought at this price, 888. A lot of it, I owned, I don't know, probably 500 shares or maybe 1,000, even around that number. So it doesn't matter to me, right? It doesn't matter to me one bit. We're just going to keep going up from here, folks. I have a feeling, and we're still, surprisingly, I haven't seen and don't understand, or maybe they just don't have the mustard to knock this thing really hard down, 20-25% on no news. And that's where I'm really saving most of my cashola, is for that eventual day. Because my presumption is before any major skyrocket up, there's a mysterious, unexplainable cratering on no news. So that is the biggest signal that I'm suggesting we all be looking for. But in the meantime, we can make these daily swings of 4% to 8%, because if it's going to end up today up 4% by the end of the day, which could easily happen with this stock, believe it or not, And it could happen on any breaking news, and it could be way beyond 4. And so where we're looking for is the days when this company comes out with their great news they're going to have. We know something's right around the bend. There's all types of developments going on with SoFi, and people will be caught off guard, and that's when we will take full advantage, okay? And we will make a lot of money when that happens on that day. And that is an eventual day based on looking at the track record of this stock and the history of the 1 year and 1.5 years of being shorted down, right? That's what it is. Absolutely. I call it what it is. I call it like I sees it. And I want to thank you for being here, having some apple juice with me today. And, okay, there we go. Continue. Oh, man, it's just rising right on up, folks, just like it always pretty much does, right? Very, very predictable. But today they went at it at the exact same time they've always gone at it, 11:15, right? It's been the pattern recently. It's like an algorithm that's working, and this is an opportunity, I say. So why I popped on when the price was at 888 was because I thought it was at the bottom, and that's what I'm known for. I don't pop on the screen. You're not going to get a notification when we're at the high of the day, unless we're off the chart, right? But at any rate, thank you for being here with me. And we have Sean Shaw buying now also. All right. Yeah, Sean, you see how I saw that over there, and I didn't even have to change the screens or nothing, right? Cool. Hey, look at that. Whoa. See, folks, this is what I was saying. When you see this bottom and it plateaus out for 30 minutes or so, folks, all that is the bottom, okay? Most likely, because they were able to get it to that point. And by the way, the resistance on this on Friday at $9 was awesome, right? So get this. Look how many shares we're at, 17 million. Does that number sound familiar to you that I keep bringing up to you folks? How many shares they short each day and they try to borrow to short, and they're paying interest on all these shares they've shorted on this from here over to here. They're paying interest on all these, see? And they're holding them. Yeah. And 15% interest was what I heard on Friday, or yesterday, someone posted. So thank you for being here, everyone. I appreciate it. And yeah, this is definitely the place to be picking it up. Yep. No doubt about it. You can't miss opportunities like this. I'm going to get some more. Yes, let's make some more money here. Right on. Let's just keep putting in little bits at a time here, and all we are doing is assisting its momentum to a higher number, which we all know is much higher in our potential here coming. And let's go see what is affecting the whole market. Why down so big today? What's the big news that's got this all tumbling? And Sean Shaw, appreciate you being here very much. You might get King Cat of the Day. Stocks sink for second day ahead of inflation data. Wow, it's just so funny. You know, why is this market so fidgety and scared? I don't think it is at all. I think most people read that and go, whatever. And then the hedges are, getting to as low as they can, steal a few shares, shake the tree, and then the next day, mysteriously, no one cares anymore about that. If you don't believe me, look what the price of was SoFi back when inflation data was worse and worse. We were at the very bottom in the 4s. So that hasn't affected us negatively since then. So, and that was bad inflation data we were getting. Months, report after report of inflation getting worse and worse and worse. And finally a little bit of a pullback last time around. And then now people are in fear of inflation again, I guess. Okay. Well, I see it as a buying opportunity, and I'm sure Warren Buffett does too. He's well known as being a bottom feeder just like me. And panic buyer. He buys on panic, on fear. And that's a good idea because, people overreact all the time in the marketplace. And I'm not going to call out any names, but we had one of our people who often frequents here. Hey, Carlos. Boys, what's up? Carlos, welcome, Carlos Rodriguez. And thank you for being here with me and sharing some time, because I know there's plenty of other places you could be and doing things, but I'm up here because we just hit the bottom, And it's Catfish Tyler. I have a reputation to uphold. I have to notify everybody when they get that little ding, hit that red bell for notifications. When they get a notification from me, the price better be at the bottom because that's my reputation. Like I said, got to hang on to it. And I'm certainly not living in any fear here, having already seen the bottom reached at 888. So this is a double bottom formation we're seeing right here. And I'm going to go to the one-day chart to help you focus in on that, see what I'm saying. But remember, last week we had someone very concerned, or earlier this week came on, can't remember exactly the date, but saying, oh my gosh, it's really falling, And then there was a real fear I could feel and sense because average price I think was around 1021 or 1030. Well, folks, if you're worried about going from this 1030 to that where we are now, then there is no reason to be worried about that. If you had, 10,000 shares, you might be concerned. But even if you were concerned, where this bank is headed and where their direction is going, look at what they're saying here. Its growth is slowing down. Well, this is the key word, growth, right? Because all the other banks, this title might as well say, big banks, growth is diminishing, okay? But not growth. The word would be losses are increasing, all right? Because that's what happens, and losses to banks like SoFi, because I've already shown you on that James Ford, F-O-O-R-D, James Ford Seeking Alpha article. Look it up on Google, go to it, read it, understand it, and see how much of the big bank's business is being taken up, gobbled up by SoFi. And by the way, it's interesting because these are the same, some of them, that are downgrading our stock as it's making this run up and putting in lower estimates that are, by the way, higher than their previous upgrades, right? So all of these people were tracking SoFi when it was around the 450 and 5, and they were saying, it could go to 7. Well, that passed that and went to 9 and said, oh, wait a minute, we're going to downgrade it, but to 8, whatever. And so then jumped up to 11, and they went, oh no, we're going to downgrade it again up to 9. It's just, it's sensical. It's laughable. They're chasing it and trying to keep from looking like they don't know what they're talking about, when they're putting targets on it and this thing just keeps going right on up. There's got to be. So that's the reason we saw and have seen so many downgrades coming at it from people who are analysts that really don't know what they're talking about. You've seen their performance records. I've shown you all David Chiaverini's. I've shown you maybe the reason behind the Morgan Stanley downgrade. Let's go over here and see what the holders are today, just for kicks. It has gone from 313 to 366, 333. It went from 313 to 333 just recently, right before earnings. You think 20 institutions bought in and started adding to their positions of SoFi because it was going to fall back down into the $5 range from $8, $9, $10, and $11? Look at that. We still have 633. And Morgan Stanley's, they're down to 57,963 because when this drops, theirs drops, they're dropping. But did they sell one single share? No, they haven't sold any shares. 6,481,773. Jeez, oh Pete's, that's a lot of shares of this stock that they obviously believe in too, right? We have to call it for what it is. Let me show you something else here. By the way, I got two things going on very soon that are going to make me have to take a break. Let's see who's over here. Carlos, I've been wheeling CC's, made money on the 12 September first calls, buying leaps with that premium, holding 2025 at 15 leaps as well as 2025 at 10 leaps. Play long, play strong, holding 6,000 shares long. That's right, man. We hold that big core. We keep a lot of cash on the side for these days like today. We just nibble up some there and add more to our core, right? We're not concerned and worried. We're not worried about inflation data. You shouldn't be. And if you are, then you're worrying because you've indulged in SoFi. Okay, you're overweighted. All right, go ahead and sell off some. Get some of those worries off your shoulder. Don't be so heavily weighted in it. Okay, and then you won't be so worrisome because worry does nothing but make you It lowers your immune system. It can cause you to gain weight. Worrying is not something you want to be doing, right? When you're invested in the market, you want to walk around feeling good about every investment that you make. And if you're wise and you're investing wisely and not overweighted in any position, when it takes a big fall on horrible news, or maybe a reverse split if it's under $4 and $5 and they're trying to achieve that over the 5, or if they're a penny stock and they're trying to get over $1, how many times have you seen that happen? And man, you got to be careful with those penny stocks. And someone mentioned the other day, I want to see how they're doing today. I'm going to keep an eye on them, just because someone on my flock, someone here with our school of catfish. Oh my, see, I warned about it, and so yeah, I just don't recommend this one. So let's just wanted to see and keep track of it a little bit. Boom, we checked it out, it's gone. So thank you for being here. Yep, we're up. It says our live stream is good. Stream settings is excellent condition, because we've improved now in many other ways. We have another screen that I can look at what your comments are, so I don't have to jump around. And it really is nice to be able to do that, see it, and make sure also monitor that my signal's up, I can be heard, and so forth. So that's cool. And I think we're all good. And I think everybody can hear me okay with my mic and my new mic system, my M Audio. And I want to thank you, DD Files, for helping me out with that a little bit too, showing me something I should have been doing, and I did. And now I think we got a stronger, more boomy signal. And so that's cool. And we get back over here. Yeah, and so this is what we're seeing is I guess this is just a bunch of worrisome people here. They're just worried. Why Apple stock is on the brink of a 10% correction, okay? The stock market's biggest risk is the Fed looking backwards, okay? All right, folks. Oh, let's see. There was another one. I believe this was by Cookies 50s, RBLX, I think it was. RBLX, no, RBT. But let's look at RBT while we're here. Might as well, RBT. Come on, man. RBT. There we go. That's what I want. There we are. RBT. Stank. Well, I have to admit to you folks, did move some of that, but look at that. Look at that spike on it that day. Man, oh man, RBT run up big time. And from where we got in, folks, you got to still feel good. You're still up big time money if you got in when I told you to down here, right? RBT, Catfish was telling you right here, buy this stock. I kept showing everybody, go back and look at my other SoFi videos, that time frame. You'll see what I was saying about it and where the price was. And that's not, I'm not being boastful or anything. I'm just telling you, hey, this is what we're going to see with SoFi too here. We hit the bottom, and now we've hit it several times. It's still trying to trace along here sideways, but they can't hold this thing back because it just is such a big time changer in this marketplace. And we're going to just continue to see great earnings from them, I believe. And I believe that these student loans, there's going to be eye-popping what they show people their revenues increases are going to be in projected future. It's already good enough. They've already told people, what they're showing in the future, where they're going. Their forecast was very good. And so stick with us, folks, because we're going to be over 10 here soon enough. It's just a little bit of attrition and accumulation today. My goodness, here we go. Carlos chimes in with a little bit more. Hello, Elvis. Welcome. And as you can see, I have another monitor set up. I told you all yesterday I was going to figure out how to do this by going on YouTube, and I sure as shit did. I want to say thanks to those channels